Well, there we go. That's my second cast, and we've just pulled in a little dogfish. Tiny little one, absolute baby little dogfish. But you know what? At least I haven't blanked. Right, we get him off and we get him back in. Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? Right, we are back from Devon. We are back in Norfolk. We are home. We didn't get any more fishing in. The weather turned absolutely savage down there. Massive downpours of rain. Oh, it was absolute nightmare. So we didn't get any more fishing in Devon. So Devon was a blank. I watched my video back a little bit earlier. I was having a bit of a Victor Meldrew moment. No offence to Devon whatsoever, but Devon's absolutely beautiful. Absolute. Do you know what? Some of the bays we were going to, and the sea is just so blue. Like you would think you was in another country. Like literally, loved Devon. Absolutely loved it. But just the fishing side of things let us down a little bit, didn't it? And I know I'm blaming the locals and all the rest of it, but do you know what? I'm not really having a go at the locals. Do you know what I mean? I've had a couple of comments on there and people are, I don't know, but do you know what? I've got nothing against Devon, I've got nothing against the Devon people. But I prefer Norfolk and I prefer the Norfolk people. No, I'm joking. Right, fishing today. We are off North Beach, Great Yarmouth. Lee is already down there. Lee's been down there since about 8 o'clock this morning. It is now currently 5 to 11. Lee has had thornback ray out, he's had smoothhounds out, he's had dogfish out, he's had dabs out. I think he had a flounder out, mate. See, look, all that in Devon, and we come back and the first day fishing, all them are coming out. So that is where I'm heading. I'm literally leaving right now. Like I say, it's 5 to 11, so it'll take me about 10 minutes to get down there. He's right down the far end near the seashore. And I think Si's popping down as well. So, right, let's get down there. I want to get them rods in the water. I think low tide is midday. So the tide's still sort of coming in a little bit. Right, let's get down there and I'll see you when I'm on North Beach at Great Yarmouth. Come on, let's go. Right, I've just arrived. I've got a little bit of a walk. Got all the cars, because there's all free parking down there. It's all free parking. So I've got to go down by where that tower is down there. And the other side of that, I'm literally right opposite the entrance to seashore. But at least it is free parking. When we was in Devon, everywhere we fished in Devon, oh mate, it was like £8 for like 5-6 hours. And everywhere we went in Devon, we was paying every day to park. But we got free parking here. This is why normally we get down here early. Like Lee got down here at 8 o'clock. I haven't seen Lee's car. He's probably all the way down the end there. But you get here a little bit later in the day, and that is what happens. Right, let's get the stuff out of the car. Let's go down the beach and let's see if we can find Lee. Right, here we are. Just arrived. Lee's down here. So how you been getting on, Lee?
Non-stop, mate.
Non-stop.
2 smooth hand, 1 thornback ray, 1 dab, about 6 whiting and about 7 dogfish.
Yeah? Unbelievable. You just got 1 rod out at the moment, yeah?
1 rod, that's all I
It's too busy for 2 rods.
It was too much, so I'm keeping the 1 out.
Yeah, alright, I'm going to set 1 up for now. We'll get 1 out there. We'll see what's going on. Low tides, 12 o'clock I think, isn't it? Midday? Yeah, low water's midday. It's now 10 past 11. Right, let's get a rod set up and we get a rod out there. So he said it's so full on, he's not even fishing 2 rods, he's literally just throwing 1 rod out there. Right, we get 1 set up, we get it out there, come on. Come on. Right, I'm just about to cast, just come over here quickly, Lee struck. He's walked down. You on, Lee, yeah? Right, Lee's definitely on. Let's just see what he pulls out before I throw my rod in the water. Tell you what, the sea's quite clear, isn't it? Not as clear as Devon. Not as clear as Devon, but it's quite clear. I'm whiting. Hey. Look at that, mate. All week in Devon. First day back. Right, here we go. So I'm just going to start off with the 1 rod. 3 hook flapper. Fly on me. We've got some fresh lug on the top. We've got some fresh lug in the middle. And we've got a nice bit of squid down the bottom there. Right, let's get this out. Right, that's out there. Let's see if we can redeem ourselves from Devon. Bait today. I went Galston Tackle Centre this morning. I picked up the tub of their squid, and from Galston Tackle Centre I got some fresh lugworm. Lovely, look at all that, look, lovely, lovely, lovely. So that's why I'm putting 2 lots of the lug on. Obviously whatever don't get used with a lug today ain't gonna last. So I'm gonna start using the fresh lug, and then once the lug's all done, then I'll be using more of the squid. Right, let's keep an eye on this rod and let's see what happens. Also, I feel a bit bad as well. I've had so many people commenting on my videos when we were down in Devon. Normally on YouTube, when I get comments, I like to comment back. I always like to reply back to people. Internet down there was so slow. If I pulled up someone's message and I went to write a message back, it was just buffering and circling. Oh, even uploading the videos. Say I've got a 25-minute video. When I'm at home, that normally takes about 45 minutes to get onto YouTube. Those videos I was doing in Devon, I don't know, 15-20 minutes long, they were taking 6-7 hours to download to get onto YouTube while I was down there. Absolutely so slow, the internet. I was using a hotspot on my phone, but it kept jumping from 5G to 4G. When it was on 4G, it was hardly moving. Then I was using the Park Dean's Wi-Fi. That was even slower than the 4G. It was just, so some of the videos I was literally like putting on at night and then just leaving it all night. And it weren't until I sort of wake up the next morning, or even if I put it on in the morning, it'd be later that afternoon when I came back, that was like starting to download. So slow down there for the downloads. So apologies for not replying back to everyone's messages. A lot of people say some nice comments as well. They say, yeah, they know, so fishing is fishing. Sometimes you catch, sometimes you blank, but then like, whether you catch or whether you blank, they still love watching the videos. I've had a couple of SHITT comments on there, but you know what, they go over my head. At the end of the day, if you're watching my video, I'm getting paid, so do you know what, if you want to watch my video, then put a bad comment, it don't bother me, because I've just been paid because you've watched my video. So knock yourselves out, go for it, people. I look like a man that's bothered. Right, I said I'm only going to fish to one rod. I've only got one choice to fish to one rod. I've just had a look at my other rod, and it's got damage to the top eye. Now I think that was when we was coming back from Hope Stows, or No Hope Stows as we now called it. Getting back up those rocks, I was clambering up with the rods in my hand, and at one point they were banging against the rocks, and one of the eyes on the top of my rod, oh my god, it's absolutely battered and twisted. What is it? It's this one here. Look at the eye. Look what's happened. If I try and twist that back with pliers, I think it's just going to snap the metal. I might attempt it. I might try and bend it back myself, see if I can. Either way, even if I break it, or even if I can't fix it, it's going to have to go down Galston Tackle Centre, and I'll get Jason to do a repair on that. But I might try and straighten it myself, and like I say, even if it breaks, then I'm in the same boat anyway. I've still got to get it repaired. So yeah, that's what happened, clambering up those bloody rocks down at No Hope's nose. And like I said on my video earlier, I apologise to everyone for my Victor Meldrew moment. We just had enough. We were just like, do you know what? It was just one of them, wasn't it? You go to a place like that, but do you know what? A lot of people have commented, and I've spoken to a lot of people since. People have messaged me on my Facebook page, and they are saying it's been so overfished down there. The stocks have just blemished. Apparently, Bricks and Pier, as I was saying on one of my videos, they've closed off. Apparently, there was guys going down there with lines with 30 hooks on the line, pulling in 30 whiting or whatever at a time. Half of them are absolute tiddlers, and they're just unhooking them, throwing them straight in the carrier bags, I mean, we do get them up here. We do get fishermen like that up here, especially on Galston Pier. I know Brett has commented a couple of times when he's fishing on the pier, and he's seen a few guys up there, and they're just, yeah, catching little fish. And like I'm saying, they don't think, oh, they're like, oh, I ain't going to do no bother, I ain't going to do no harm, it won't replenish us, but it does. It just shows the knock-on effect it does, because everyone is now saying how slow the fishing is down in Devon and Weymouth and all around them areas. So yeah, the overfishing, it does do harm, doesn't it? Right, anyway, enough of my talking. We're back in Norfolk, free parking. Let's just hope we catch a fish. Come on, I need to redeem myself. Well, there we go, that's my second cast, and we've just pulled in a little dogfish. Tiny little one, absolute baby little dogfish. But you know what? At least I haven't blanked. Right, we're getting him off and we're getting back in. Look at that. 7 days in Devon. I think we had four or five fishing trips, something like that. Or fish 4 or 5 different venues anyway. But one fish all week. I come home, I come to the beach at the end of my road, second cast, dogfish. I know he's had a little one, there was nothing to him. But you know what? Still better than blanking, isn't it? And that was only my second cast, so who knows. Lee was saying that smooth hand he had out, he goes, that was a fair size smooth hand as well. So low tide is 12 o'clock midday. What's the time now? 11:53. So that is pretty much low water right now. So we've only got about half hour, 40 minutes or so. That tide will start coming in, and I'm hoping it starts bringing some big fish in with it. Right, I'll be back when I'm showing you my next fish, and that is a guarantee. There we go. Rod went bang, 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 bang. Reeled him in. Another dogfish. Better size than the last one as well. He's not too bad a size. Right, we're getting him off. We're getting him unhooked. There we go. Look, he's a better size. Much better size. Right, let's get him back in. Well, there we go. That's 3 casts and 2 fish. So, even after the first fish, I've done better than I did last week in Devon. Definitely done better now. He weren't a bad size, that second dogfish as well. He was alright. He's gone back in. He's swimming around to see another day. Yeah, it might be a bit of an afternoon just for the doggies, but like I say, after a whole week of blanking, I don't mind putting a few dogfish out. I wouldn't mind a nice smooth hound. There's been some nice ones coming out. I caught a few before we went down to Devon, but they weren't sort of big ones. 1 or 2 that were like, I don't know, not big. I'm on about the big ones. I'm on about the biggies, and they've been coming out along this beach. So that's what I'm hoping for. There we go. I think we're on again. I threw that rod out. I sort of spoke to Lee for about a minute, come back, and I see a couple of knocks on the top. So that rod has been out there literally like 2 minutes, and it had a little knock. I'm just going to watch it. If it knocks again, we'll have it in. It's going to be another dogfish, I reckon. I reckon that sea is full of them. I reckon it's full of dogfish. I just want the smooth hounds to like get on the bait before the doggies do though. Yeah, I think I had another little knock. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Whiting. I'll tell you what, he's not a bad size. He's definitely over 27 keeper size, that's for sure. Right, we'll get him off. Oh, he's not bad. Well, there you go, 35 centimetre whiting. He was alright. He had a right fat body to him. But I'll tell you what, I think there might be something else on there when I was reeling that in, because I had trouble. I couldn't just reel it. I had to pull it through the water a bit and reel it going down and pull it through. I mean, you never normally do that on a whiting. Normally a whiting you can just reel straight in. But the fact I was able to pull it through the water a bit, and then when it got sort of 15-20 yards out, it was easier just to wind in. So I don't know if there was something else on there as well, and then managed to get off right at the last bit. Because when I reeled it in, the squid had been stripped. The squid was off the hook, so I've got 2 bits of squid on there now. I'm doing squid, and worm on the top. The whiting took the worm, and the doggies are going for the squid. But the squid had been stripped. So, I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if there was something else on there and it just weren't properly hooked and he's literally managed to get himself off right at the end. Because you shouldn't have trouble like that reeling the bloody 35 centimetre whiting in. But oh well, that's another whiting, so that's another species for the day. That is dogfish and whiting we've had out. But no new species to put on my species hunt. I think I'm still on about 7 fish on the species hunt. I think Lee is now on 10. Obviously he got that mackerel while we was in Devon, and he pulled out a thornback ray this morning. Both of them were on his list. So I think he's on 10. I think G's on about 10. I think Paul's on 7 or 8. I'm on 6 or 7. I think Jordan's on about 5 or 6, and I think Tubbs is on about 4 or 5. But that's what I'm after, man. Well, you say that's what I'm after. I'm after new species for the species hunt, but today I'm just happy just to be putting fish out. Like I say, after last week, I'm just happy to be catching. It's just coming up to 12:30, so I think it's about an hour I'll be fishing. and I've had what, the 2 dogfish out and a whiting. First dogfish tiny, second one weren't a bad size, and that whiting 35 centimetre. He's fat for whiting, 35. So like I say, low tide was 12 o'clock, so another 15-20 minutes or so that tide will start coming in, and it normally does alright here. First couple of hours of the tide coming in normally does pretty good along this beach. Lee just had a good bite up there, then it went slackline, but he's watching it now. But it's easy for them, like if you've got a 5 ounce weight out there and you've got a fair good sized dogfish, it will pick that weight up off the bottom, and if it swims in towards you, then obviously yeah, it will go slackline. And then they can sort of like burrow down for a little bit, do you know what I mean? They won't necessarily thrash around constantly, they can burrow down in the sand. I reckon he's on, I reckon he is on, but I reckon the fish is just sort of burrowed down a bit out there. I'll find out in a minute when he reels it in. Anyway, come on, smooth out next please. Right, it's 10 to 1, so that tide should be on the way in now. I'll say low tide was midday, 12 o'clock, and that was 50 minutes ago, so yeah, that tide should be on the turn now, coming in. Wind's picked up a little bit, which is weird. I notice that sometimes with the tides. When it gets to the bottom of the tide and it's coming in, the wind can pick up. Sometimes just it gets to like the higher tide and it starts going down, that breeze can pick up. But it's not a cold day. I think it's 18 degrees today, something like that. It's not cold in the slightest. G just messaged, I think him and Tina are going to come down, they're going to take the dog for a walk. What's temperature right now? 19 degrees, look. So it's quite nice to have that bit of breeze. But that's where you don't realise how hot it is when you get the breeze, do you know what I mean? You think, oh, it's a relatively cool day, but 19 is pretty strong. That's why I've got the hat on. And I've brought a hoodie down with me as well. And I know you think, oh, you're mad wearing a hoodie in that temperature, but it just saves you getting burnt, doesn't it? Especially the back of your neck and that. Right, tide's on the way in. Come on, bring some more fish in. But there we are, double shot of whiting. The one on the top foul hooked on the top of his head. Bottom one's the bigger one, but he's nowhere near as big as that. Well, I don't know, he ain't a bad size, but I don't think he's 35 like that one earlier. Wait, mate, right, let's get these off. At last, I've actually got a video with some fish on it. They're not the greatest of fish, but they are fish, and that would do for me. Another whiting. I know he's only little, but definitely better than all that blanking, that's for sure. Well, G's just turned up now. He's come down with his other half, and her and Lee's mum. And Lee had a little spare rod to one side, I think a little telescopic. So I think G's just thrown some feathers on there, I think. And he's just throwing it out in the surf, see what's about. You got to, wouldn't you? You can't come down and see the boys fishing and not throw a rod in for like 10-15 minutes while you're here, can you? That'd be criminal. It's coming up to 1:30, so that's 2 hours I've been here for. That's absolutely flown by. G's other half, Tina, she's grabbed the spinning rod and she's out there with a lure spinning. I'll absolutely laugh my socks off if she pulls a bass out, I'll tell you. I will laugh my socks off. Guy up there, he's reeling in. I'm not sure if he's on, but he looks like it. There's a bit of a bend in the rod, so I'm not sure what he's on to. But yeah. Well, Tina thought she was on. She's reeling in. She's like, mate, that ain't coming in easy. There's definitely something on there. She's caught up with Lee's line, wasn't she? So she was bringing Lee's like weight in with it. That's why she thought she had a nice bass on there or something. Oh dear. Yeah, no, that geezer, I don't know, he was reeling in, but he seems to have stopped now, so. Oh, like I say, yeah, so it's 1:30 now. I'm going to do another hour. I'm going to fish till 2:30. Do you know what I mean? Little 3 hour session. I thought just get down here, redeem myself a little bit, just to show some of my new followers that I can actually catch a fish. Because all everyone's seen in my last few videos is blank, a blank, a blank. So at least I can catch a few fish. And like I was saying earlier, man, massive thanks, man. Some really nice messages. People have been commenting on the old YouTube channel. But like I say, what with the internet down there, it's absolutely rubbish. I couldn't really reply to anyone, man. So obviously all back to usual business now. So any comments that put on there on this video, I'll be yeah, commenting back to you. Usual business has resumed. Well, I just had a bite, a really good bite. Struck the rod. As I've struck it, I felt the weight on it. You could feel it, my God. I put the rod down, give it a couple of reels, went to do that on the reel just to loosen the clutch, to give it a bit of By the time my hand just even touched the top of the reel, ping, it just went. Oh my God. And the clutch was loose. I did have it like loose to pull a bit of line out, but whatever that was just, yeah, I don't know, that's just snapped the line. Right, so I put another 3 hook flapper on, but last time I had 2 above the weight and 1 hanging below. Now all 3 hooks are above the weight. So we've got some fresh lug on the top, we've got squid on the middle, and we've got a little bit of squid on the bottom. And I'm making sure now that clutch is loose, because I'll tell you what, that was something decent out there just now. Right, let's get this back out there. Well, the fishing seems to have slowed down a little bit. G and that, they've all made a move, they've gone. Lee's packed his rods down, he's just got that one he's reeling in now. But I think he said when he's reeled that in, he's going to pack that down. I mean, he's been here since 8 o'clock this morning. And like I say, he's done alright, and he had a thornback ray out earlier. He had a smooth hound out. Like I say, I ain't seen no smooth hound yet, just seen the dogfish and the whiting. Yeah, I think he's going to pack that one down now and he's going to make a move. But I want to give it another 15-20 minutes or so. If I fish till 2:30, then I've done 3 hours. It ain't done too bad. I've had a few whiting out, a few dogfish out. Like I say, I'm just hoping for that smoothie. Come on. Well, just had a little knock, so I've reeled them in. We've got a whiting on the top come out, and we've pulled out a dab down the bottom. That's the first dab I've had out all day. He ain't a big one, but something different in it. So what's that? I've had whiting, dab and dogfish out today. 3 different species. Right, we get these off and we're getting them back in. Right, that's it, all done. I'm back up in the car. It is literally 2:30 right now. I was going to do the outro on the beach, but wind started really picking up down there. So I thought I'd just sit in the car and then you can hear me. Look, all the cars queuing up here. Look, they're all queuing to get into the old seashore holiday park for a week's holiday in Norfolk. Best place to go on holiday. Right, ain't been too bad. Little 3-hour session. What did I have out? I don't know, 4 or so dogfish, 4 or 5 whiting, dab. So nothing too big, but still catching. Better than blanking, isn't it? Much better than blanking. Right, massive thanks for watching the video, guys. I'll say it again, massive thanks for watching the Devon videos, and again for all the really nice comments. I forget your name, I did look at it again earlier. I got sent £10, someone sent me £10 to go and buy myself some fish and chips. Much appreciated, thank you very much for that. Yeah, that is it. I've literally got, what, a 5-minute drive and I'm home. Just get indoors, get this uploaded, and I'm looking forward to a nice chill out night tonight. Can't wait. Right. Right, massive thanks for watching the video, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves.